Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another morning of Love Morning, another gathering of the Hug Nation tribe. You are part of Hug Nation. Did you not know that? Yes. I am John Halcyon-Stin, and this is a daily practice of gratitude and intention setting. And I got so much to be grateful for. If you are feeling grateful, well, we'd love to hear it. Share it in the group. There is such a benefit to sharing gratitude, to hearing gratitude, to group gratitude. That is my kick lately. So thank you for being a part of my kick. Good morning, Gerbot. Thank you for being a part of my kick. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Oh, can I kick it? Yes, you can. Good morning, Abigail. Good morning. Abigail is grateful to be here. Yeah, me too. I've got lots to be grateful for. First off, Lisa returned after a week away. My beloved came back, and the heart, it just grows fonder. So I'm so grateful for her and so grateful for all the teeny tiny details, from the softness of her cheek to the words she says to the adorable face she just made when she was kind of sleepy, and her wisdom. And I'm just so grateful, so grateful, so grateful. And I'm also very grateful for my men's group. Last night, men's group I've been in for years with guys that I just love. We recently decided to kind of shift the hosting. So instead of, normally there was a leader, and now we're kind of taking turns. Each month a different person cooks the food, we do a dinner, and a different person leads the conversation. And so I led last night, and I've been thinking a lot about different ways and different topics and different themes. And I started thinking I was going to be about gratitude, and I had other ideas, and I came back right before. I'm like, it's going to be about gratitude. So I really enjoyed the sharing, and I set it up so that we would have like an hour of everyone spoke for 5 minutes, and then we had an open conversation for about 40 minutes of just kind of letting the flow go. And it was awesome. I kind of set the prompt to sharing one thing that is really lighting you up, and get into it. Share. If it's my wife, then share some details and really let us feel and tell us how you feel about these specific things about her. And then that was one. And the other gratitudes was share something that you're struggling with and find something about it to be grateful for. And it was really, really wonderful to hear. It was a common thing in men's groups is you share wins and you share struggles. And I really liked this way of the struggle and then also finding the gratitude around it. That is a massive gift and benefit of the gratitude muscle that I experience practicing, flexing, growing in the daily Zooms. Is, when you're practicing every day, and not every day is awesome. So how do you find a gratitude when a day's not great? You got to dig deep. And I think that practice of finding silver lining. Someone said, use the term, was it in here that someone said, we're silver lining miners, like silver miners, but silver lining miners. And I love that. I kept wanting to make that into a t-shirt, but I just couldn't quite make the imagery work. Silver lining miner, maybe like a graphic of a pickaxe and a cloud. That might be cool. And so there was some really beautiful, sincere, authentic shares. And I think that there's so many years of wisdom and experience amongst these men, and with different successes and different struggles. And, most of them are, in long-term marriages and kids. And there's just so much wisdom and so much real life stuff, And when you have these trusted relationships that have been going on for years in this group, it's so soothing to hear people's truth. And so that a struggle wrapped in gratitude, it's not a complaint, it's life. And I find that, I think that's so healthy. So I'm really grateful for the men in my men's group. Yeah. And all humans that are doing groups, especially men that are coming together to grow and be vulnerable and learn from one another. So bravo, my bros. Kiri says, good morning. I'm so grateful that without fail, every time I allow myself to go through the process of feeling, I heal so much faster. Powerful truth, powerful wisdom, powerful lesson from Kiri. Thank you. Natasha says, good morning. I am struggling for the gratitude, which is why I'm here. Big changes at work with the corporate takeover that bring back a bunch of pandemic veterinary trauma. Aww. I'm so grateful. I have a partner who is helping us have a home together. He has bought the house, and now we need to bring all the generations of family together. That's a lot. That's a lot going on with work disruption and home disruption. And I mean, even if it's in the direction of good, it's a lot. So I hope you're giving yourself some space and patience with all the feels. But bravo for even coming here when like can't find the gratitude. So I'm gonna show up anyway. Bravo. Kirbot says, always look on the bright side of life. Do-do, do-do, do-do-do-do. Natasha's also grateful that I didn't plant anything because we had a frost last night. Oh, man, that is something that we don't have to worry about here. That is our big concern in our little mini patch of garden. We've got like a 4x6 patch of dirt outside where we grow tomatoes, but it's like covered in cat poop. It's like become the neighborhood litter box. So I'm gonna have to clean that out, I think. But that's it. No frosts here. I'm so glad that you're here, Natasha. Abigail says, I am grateful for my struggle lately. It will be that much sweeter once I'm in a better place. Trying to remember that. You win the game just by playing. Yes. One of the men last night was sharing, he's very just kind of in tune with this idea that if all you're seeking and have is pleasure, then you don't enjoy things as much. And so he's really into this idea of actively seeking discomfort and cold showers and working out and really like embracing pushing to a point of unpleasantness so that the sweet is so much sweeter. And I think that's that's part of being grateful for your struggle. It's not in the way of your joy. It is giving sweetness to your joy. Good morning, Vesper. Vesper says, I am grateful for the experience of Latihan, which was a blindfolded ecstatic dance session with my partner last night. Ooh, definitely pushed on some of the edges and things I need to work on allowing within myself. Ooh, that sounds super cool and edgy, and thanks for sharing. Very cool. I'm grateful for a day and a half to 2 days here at home with Lisa before we leave town again. This time, at least, I am going with her. So I'm going to be leaving town Friday, Saturday, Sunday, possibly even Monday. So thank you for your understanding. I will probably not be online during those days. I'm also grateful for a consulting session I had yesterday with there are people that I knew, friends. One of them was a campmate at Utopia this year, and the other one is someone I've just known online through festivals and Burning Man. and now they're both doing AI related work, consulting, and had this really cool hour session yesterday where they were helping me to explain some of my struggles and things that I don't like to do and things that I might want to do. And there were two, should I share them? I guess I should share them. Two like directions that feel like, okay, these are things that we're going to be exploring. One is, and this is something I'll be talking about to the gratitude group, is moving the Zoom calls there from Zoom to within a community site. And there's a bunch of reasons for that. Because, as I mentioned a few days ago, like it's not growing. So like putting it within, you have to become a member to go to gratitude. It wouldn't slow down. It's not like it would be an obstacle. And it would allow me to do some more things, possibly even, not be so dependent on Zoom, and be able to offer additional. Well, there's a lot to it, but it was a cool idea, and I was able to see from things that he's doing, what Dougie's doing with this kind of setup, that it could be a way to do, starting with that, and then from that having more activities and like the gratitude workshop I've been talking about, and just it would be a good exploration. I mean, we tried having we had a Mighty Networks years ago. I think we did with Hug Nation, but it seems like it would make more sense now. And the other idea is using AI and like what they call like an assistant to index the 1,000+ videos on the Hug Nation YouTube channel, so that you could have a little interface where you say, like, I've been thinking a lot about depression. And it would say, oh, well, Halcyon has spoke about depression a number of times. There's this video where he says this, there's this video says this, and then you could click and it would take you to, the middle of a video where I'm talking about that topic, which I think would be a really cool feature, because I feel like there's a lot of wisdom archived over the last 20 years that would be nice to have an interface to it. Good morning, Chris. And good morning, Tall Paul. Would anyone else like to share a little gratitude before we have a hug? Oh, I'm also grateful that I got up super early and cuddled with Lisa and then put her back to bed. And I went to the lab and got some more blood work. I did blood work last week, and my doctor wanted me to get a second test of my testosterone and one other test based on some of the stuff. But the good news is my cholesterol looks great. Almost everything all the tests I did last week, thyroid and liver and everything seems to be within normal ranges. So I was a little, one of my concerns was like, am I getting pre-diabetic, like with the amount of ice cream and sugar I eat? But I seem to be doing great. Chris says, keep rolling with it, man. There's so much that could be used. Thank you. Gearbot says, yes, to having a custom Hug Nation AI-powered search. I think that would be cool. I mean, even just for me, it's amazing the number of times people said, hey, can you send me a link to that video where you talked about blank? And I'm like, probably not. Natasha is grateful that Lloyd found a new border collie. Roxy is adorable. Chris says, I'm grateful for Tall Paul and the loving kindness he has unconditionally shown me throughout my venturing from being a viewer to more of a participant. Lovely. I'm also grateful for Tall Paul. What a love ambassador you are, Tall Paul. Gerbot says, I'm grateful for my small group of close friends and our regular Tuesday night get-together. That is so cool. I'm inspired by that. I I mean, I guess I do have a monthly men's group and one monthly men's group on Zoom, and I have a weekly Zoom recording for Stay Sparked. But it would be nice to have a on the calendar monthly or weekly dinner or picnic or potluck or something with some friends. That would be great. So I'm gonna take some inspiration from you, Gerbot. And with that, I encourage us all before we hug to just think about who do we want to be today. Can we try to focus on being a little bit more patient, better listener, more in touch with our ability to give gifts as we go through the day, looking for the ways that we can be of service through attention, through kindness, through maybe something even bigger than that, maybe offering someone a ride or paying for the coffee behind you or something like that. We did a lot of talking last night at men's group about the direction, not distance, and how easy it is. If you don't stay in a practice of gratitude and being aware of things, you can start like things you take granted for things that used to feel good. I mean, you're still doing good things, but it just feels like normal. Someone in our group who is an amazing human doing amazing things, and he's just kind of lost touch with how awesome he is. And I think that this gathering with you is one way that I keep anchored to direction, not distance. Direction, not distance. Let me just be good today. Just that's it. Chris says that cloning could be a cool thing. We'll put a pin in that and get our test tubes ready. And with that, wherever you are, give yourself a big squeeze, embrace this body, embrace this moment, amplifying all the gratitudes we've heard, celebrating our own gratitude, appreciating our bodies, our beds, our access to water, our ancestors, our sun illuminating this planet and sending energy to us through photosynthesizing plants into our food chain. What a magical system that we are smack dab in the middle of. And how fantastic to be intertwined with fellow humans that are wild-eyed and wide-eyed and wild-minded and trying to figure it all out as we share with one another. So let's take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of you, thanks for being here today for our Love Morning. Happy Hug Nation. Love you. Hello, Juan.